Hey y'all, what's up? Jamithatsme here. Welcome back to my channel. Okay, if you're a new subscriber or a long time subscriber, then hey bitch. And if you're not a new subscriber or a long time subscriber, then you already know what to do. Go ahead and hit that subscription button. Okay, so before we get into Real Housewives of Atlanta, I must say this episode was much better than all of the episodes they've been giving us. They have left out some content in the past episodes, and it looks like they may be using that episode to fill in some of the story for us, so things can start to make sense as we flow throughout the rest of the season. Okay, so y'all know all of the ladies pretty much got together. Majority of the cast was together, and we can appreciate it, honey. Before I even forget, I want to shout out Miss Shamia, honey, for getting her a confessional, because I do not recall Shamia ever being able to have her own confessional. So shout out to her for being able to do that. Marlo's not just the only person to get a confessional this time, so I'm cool with that. So yeah, let's move on. We see Candy having a conversation with Riley. You know, Riley's off at college. Should have made her some new friends and stuff. We see Cynthia rolling down the street. She trying to call her girls. Ain't nobody picking up the phone. Kenya just sent her straight to voicemail. Girl, her voicemail so full, can't nobody leave a message. Okay, then you got her trying to call Candy. Candy not answering. Then she ended up calling Portia. Portia not answering because Portia over there getting her Numb Your Whole Ring Gay Girl on. Okay, Numb Your Whole Ring Gay Girl, and she's over there stretching and getting her life together, doing her affirmations and stuff, so she don't have time to answer nobody's call right now. Then we can see Drew at the house with her man Ralph. Okay, Ralph had tried to be on his best behavior this entire episode. We can kind of appreciate it or whatever, but we know Ralph gonna reappear at any moment now. So Ralph is at the house. He decided to get her a scooter because y'all know she hurt her Achilles. So since they've been in Georgia, she's really been down and out because of that. And you know, he likes to take these strolls throughout the neighborhood, and she wants to be able to join him. So now that she no longer has the boot or the cast on her leg anymore, and she can do a little bit of activity, he got her a scooter so she can ride through the neighborhood with him. And I thought that was kind of cute. I was like, I see you. I mean, I guess you could be sweet sometimes, honey. Maybe a little bit, okay? He asked her, like, are you sure? Are you sure about going on this trip? She was like, what the fuck you mean? Am I sure? Hell yeah. You think I'm not finna go on this motherfucking trip? I'm not finna sit around. I've been down and out, okay? Not only was my leg down and out, but I was down here around this house doing every motherfucking thing, seeing after you and these damn kids, okay? And if you think that I'm not finna go on this trip, honey, you got me motherfucking fucked. That's what you do have me. I will definitely be going, but if you need me to stay, I'll stay. He was like, nah, you can go, because I know I owe you one. She said, one? Honey, you owe me a few. Let's be very clear. The only difference here is that I'm telling you that I'm leaving, unlike yourself, sir. Okay? What you mean you owe me one? Boy, you don't get your ass. Okay? So clearly she's gonna go on that trip. But before she goes on the trip, she wants to be able to feel the ladies out, see how they doing and stuff. So she wants to invite people to the house. She called Candy, old dry ass, on the phone. Candy's like, hey girl, okay, you want me to come? I'll be there. Okay, all right, bye. I'm like, damn, Candy, you sound dry as fuck on this phone. Okay, Drew all excited and shit. Candy just monotoned as fuck, like, okay girl, this ain't that new. We do this all the time, honey. I'm like, okay, Candy. So she's inviting her. She invited Kenya, and she wasn't gonna invite Toya, but Toya was there. She was like, I mean, if Toya wanna come, girl, Toya can come. Toya and Kenya ended up linking up, you know, talking about the trip and stuff, how she found a beach for them to go to in South Carolina. She said, girl, we are not going to be, going down there in the Sprinter with the ladies. We will be getting on a private jet because I am bringing my child as well as my nanny. Okay, and Toya, was all for it. And I thought it was interesting that Toya was the one that gets to hop on the PJ initially, but never Cynthia. Why you ain't mention Cynthia to begin with? Okay, why Cynthia couldn't come? Maybe because Cynthia had a prior business obligation, but it's just interesting because Cynthia and Kenya don't seem as close as they used to be, at least how the episodes have been flowing. It seems like Miss Kenya is finding her new bestie, which happens to be Miss Toya, but okay then, girl, we just gonna see how it goes. Now, when asked about the travel arrangements, for Kenya and the girls, Kenya said she don't give how these hoes feel, okay? If y'all feel away, I'm sure y'all got an AMX card. Y'all got some other type of black card around here that y'all can pull out, swipe y'all shit, okay, and go and do what y'all need to do. All right, let's be very clear about that. I don't give a lot of these ladies love talking about they millionaires, honey. So maybe they could pull out, you know what, matter of fact, I take that back, because a lot of they created this stuff anyway, okay? So that's what Miss Kenya said. Either y'all can pull out y'all card if you got an issue, or you can shut the hell up because your credit is fucked up. And you probably couldn't even rent a Sprinter van if you wanted to, let alone a private jet. So, I mean, that's just what Miss Kenya said, honey. That wasn't me. All right, so she gets a call from Drew. Drew invites her over to the house. Here go Miss Kenya. Well, I'm sitting here with Toya. Can Toya come? Is Toya allowed to come? Drew said, I mean, I guess if she want to come. I mean, I'm more than open to, have her over if that's what she wants to do, girl. Okay, I mean, that's up to her, but it is what it is, honey. So they start eating all this food at this restaurant. I'm gonna have to go back and watch the show because I need to know which restaurant that was, because them fried green tomatoes definitely did look good when Miss Kenya said that they are. So I'm like, oh girl, I need to go back and catch the name of this restaurant so I can pull up on them. But anywho, she started talking about the food and how good the food is, and then she said, my husband's food is good, up to Soho, Soko, whatever. And then she started talking about what's going on with them. Okay, I hate it. I wouldn't even refer to him as my husband. I just be like, so Mark, my daughter's dad's food restaurant is pretty good. Okay, but anywho, so Toya asked her about how things were going with her and Mark, and she's like, girl, I mean, it is what it is. It's a little tough because he be trying to tell me what it is, or that I ain't what it's gonna be. What's up? Now say with me when it comes to my child, and I don't really be liking stuff like that. So it ain't going too well for us. She talks about how they've been separated for like a year now. And I'm like, dang, y'all been separated longer than y'all been together, ain't it? Okay, like that's all right then, girl. You did all this private wedding. You did this whole private wedding out the country and all this extra stuff. And it wasn't even worth it, girl. You came out better just letting us into the relationship from the beginning. We could have helped saved you by ridiculing you, okay? We could have been calling out some shit. We could have saved you from getting married to this man had you just let us know about your relationship earlier on. You ain't have to do no private wedding, girl. We could have saved you from that. But you wouldn't allow us to do it. So, I mean, like, girl, this is what you reaping the benefits of that, honey. Now, I do not like that Mark has so much say-so. I understand that it's his child. Not Cynthia, but Kenya says that she's filed for full custody of that baby. And I don't blame her. Like, I don't really like that. Like, him controlling what she can do with Brooklyn is his way of trying to control Kenya, because he can't really control Kenya in a sense. And that's his way of getting back at Kenya or whatever. And I don't really like that. Like when they show baby Brooklyn, her face is all blurred the hell out. Like you can't even see her face or anything. And I mean, I don't really like that. Like she can't even put her daughter's face on her own products. Like this money is going to benefit our child in the future. Like what the fuck kind of shit is that? So he's a very spiteful ass person. They did not have a prenup. So this is going to be very interesting to see how Kenya and he are actually going to get this divorce. Y'all know Mark went and or at least they released a news article recently saying that they are officially done this time and they are for real getting a divorce. Don't play with us. Y'all have said this before. Don't play with us. Let's be honest. Let's move forward with this divorce. And with that being said, I feel like Kenya has secured her spot on Real Housewives for the next season or two, because you finally brought us into your relationship, and we want to see the rest of it. How is this divorce gonna go? How is it gonna end for you? You know what I'm saying? So she definitely, with this divorce, has secured. And y'all know divorces can take time, especially with them not having a prenup and she like making more money than him. Ain't no telling how this gonna go. I'll be shocked if it's real simple and he's just like, okay, cool. But when it comes to the custody of that child, he's probably gonna fight for that. So even though it seems like she got custody now, he don't live with them. He's not a primary parent at all. So it should be no issue for her to have full custody of Miss Brooklyn. But we just gonna see. But like I said, I feel like she secured her spot for the next 2 seasons to be on this show as we see how things are going to work out as it pertains to her divorce. But it is what it is. So let's move on, girl. Now we see Drew and Ralph at the house, honey. They're trying to get everything together because y'all know Drew is inviting the ladies over to have a good old cute time with her before they go on this trip. And I liked her whole outfit. I liked her weave. Even if it was too much, I liked her weave. I like her black suit she had on. She looked really nice. Her eyeshadow could have Could have got a bit of a touch up, you know, but girl, I don't really know how to do my eyeshadow that well anyway myself. So I really thought that Drew looked really good. She was really cute. Her husband was up there bigging her up, really liked her hair and stuff. So what we gonna call this? And she was like, I guess we gonna call it Sasha. And he was like, all right then, cool. So that was cute. Miss Cynthia came to the door. Drew and her husband was talking so much, they didn't even pay attention to the fact that Cynthia was at the door, ringing the doorbell, knocking on the door. So they finally saw Miss Cynthia. You know, they had some small talk. Next thing you know, Candy arrived. Candy knocking on the door. They all in there talking, enjoying each other. Honey, Candy said, damn that. Okay, Candy decided to go ahead and crack that door and walk on in somebody's house, then go tell her so she feel bad. I feel bad for walking in. No, you don't, but you knew what you was doing when you turned that knob. You knew what you was doing, girl. So I feel so bad. No, you didn't. But you in here now. What you mean? I feel bad, girl. Anyway, so they did a flashback, right? And I believe this flashback happened before Portia and the rest of the ladies arrived. So they did a flashback of Toya talking about Drew's hair. And Portia was like, girl, so you coming for her hair? And Drew says, not Drew, but Portia asks Toya, are you coming for Drew's hair? And Toya says, yes, I am. And I definitely feel a way about that. Like, it's so deep and it's so serious to you that you can't have a conversation with her and tell her that maybe she could fix this or fix that about her wig or have a wig party or some shit. I don't know. But you over there talking about this girl wig and you talking about you coming for her wig. Well, we gonna come for them teeth. Them chiclet ass teeth. They look just like them teeth on Dennis the Menace when he broke was it Mr. Wilson's teeth? He had to go find them chiclets and put them bitches in there. That's exactly. So you trying to come for somebody's weave? We're gonna come for them teeth. Okay? You a grown ass woman, but your teeth still seem like you young as fuck, like you a kid, but like you're still in elementary school. But I guess it makes sense because you have elementary ass ways as well. And I said what the fuck I said, so y'all can comment and say what the fuck y'all want to, and that's on P. Don't care. Moving on. So Portia arrives, all that good stuff, right? And, you know, they like, girl, you a little late, girl. We done already had shots and everything. Portia arrived, Kenya's there, all this stuff. So they done had shots. And Portia is like, Candy too, because, you know, Candy don't drink, but Candy finally found a drink that she likes because of Toya. And so Drew was like, well, girl, speaking of Toya, girl, where is Toya? Miss Kenya, girl, I invited her. Like, where is she at? Kenya said, girl, do not ask me. I ain't got nothing to do with that, honey. You need to call Miss Toya, okay? And then Portia said, well, girl, you should be glad that she ain't here. And Drew said, well, why should I be glad? Because she was talking whole shit about you, bitch. Well, what did she say? Girl, she was talking about your wig. She said your wig was down to the ground. It was a fool. You know, it looked like a poodle. She was just going in on your wig. And Drew was like, well, girl, I don't even know this girl. I ain't even doing nothing to her. Girl, listen, it was quarantine. I had to do my own hair. Okay, I had to do what it is that I got to do. I ain't no stylist. You know, I just did what I could do, honey. And I'm going to tell you like this, girl, if my wig is ever slipping, girl, please let me know. Please come and tell me. So Portia said, right. She was like, you know, I agree. I feel like, girl, how you going to talk about her wig? But you're not going to sit up here and tell her what's going on. And I really thought it was unfair because I wasn't the only person that was privy to that conversation. I mean, Candy and Cynthia, you know, they were privy as well. And when a question, you know, was asked about what they thought about what Drew had to say, Candy was stumbling like, yeah, she doesn't know her. She doesn't know her. Miss Cynthia, they just wasn't expecting to be thrown under the bus so quickly by Miss Portia. But I'm glad Miss Portia went ahead and called their ass out. Like, girl, I wasn't the only one. Why you got these people in your home and they around people talking about you, but ain't nobody telling you what was being said about you, honey. Okay, so it wasn't just me. You know, they were there too. Y'all ain't got nothing to say? Y'all ain't got nothing to say? Oh, okay then. I know I was there, but they was there too, girl. So, I mean, I just had to let you know what's going on. And that's on P. So the ladies all go inside so they can sit down at the table and they can eat on some food. So Drew started telling them about herself, about her family, you know, where they came from, all this other stuff, and how her mom is a pastor in Chicago. Her husband plays the piano and she does singing. And here go Miss Cynthia, Miss Kenya, because Miss Kenya thought Miss Drew couldn't sing, honey. Miss Kenya was like, girl, well, really, is that something? Why don't you go ahead and bust a note for us, okay? So she started singing Amazing Grace. Now, in my opinion, I do feel like Amazing Grace was a bit safe. You know, I wanted Drew to sing something different, but I knew it was going to be a gospel song, honey. We knew it was going to be something like that, so she sung Amazing Grace. Here goes Portia. Portia was like, oh, she wanna sing? So she wanna sing? So they do a flashback to Portia singing Amazing Grace. Not even good, child, at the reunion, honey. Okay? Over there. I screamed so hard, okay? You go, Portia, so long as she know that I sung it first, it's like, Portia, go sit your ass down, girl. You know, y'all, you are no competition for Miss Drew. Go sit your ass down, honey. It was so funny, y'all, okay? But Drew did sound good singing Amazing Grace. You know, she's been afraid of putting an album out. I think because of the critique, not sure of how people are going to receive it and things, and all of that good stuff. So she's worried about putting the album out. But hopefully as she's on this show, she gets the confidence she needs to go ahead and put out some music. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Kim Zolciak put some bullshit out, okay? Even Nene that went up here and put some bullshit out last year, okay? So, girl, do you, boo, do you. So the conversation comes up about the trip. Kenya says, listen, me and Toya, we're going to go down a little early to take care of a few things, okay? So you guys will be getting in a Sprinter, okay? So we'll be going down a little earlier. So then Drew started asking questions like, oh, y'all leaving early? Oh, okay then, girl. Well, how y'all going to get down there, honey? And Miss Kenya looking at her like, girl, I see you for your works, honey. You know what it is. And I understood where Kenya was coming from, too, because it's like, didn't I tell you not to say nothing? You already know how we get down there. And if I told you not to tell the other girls, then shut the hell up. Okay? Just act like you don't know nothing. Okay? Don't do that. Just be quiet. Okay? So Drew started pulling out questions from Kenya, which caused Kenya to tell them like, yeah, we're going down, you know what I'm saying, in a private jet. You know, y'all gonna be taking a Sprinter that has nothing to do with us or whatever. And then Cynthia was like, well, listen, girl, I'm gonna be down there a little later anyway. I'm not gonna be able to take the Sprinter because I got business obligations anyway. So once I'm done, you know, I'll drive down and I'll meet y'all there, honey. Obviously, we can see really the start and the spark of the issue between Kenya as well as Drew, because obviously Drew could not keep a secret. And maybe that was Kenya trying to test her too. Like, girl, just don't tell the other ladies or whatever. But Drew kind of felt the way like, why would you tell me this and then try and tell me not to tell the other ladies? What's the issue with telling the other ladies? Like, it shouldn't be no issue, you know? But I feel like I kind of understand Kenya. If somebody texting you and they be like, oh, don't say nothing though, or don't da-da-da, and then you get in this setting and you start probing when you already know, I'll tell them when I'm ready for them to know. I don't need you to do that. So I understood where Kenya was coming from. So you see Drew trying to get her shit together as far as what she gonna wear down there to the South Carolina. I'm so glad she chose not to wear that wig because I was pressed about it. It was no edges on that wig. It just looked a mess. I did not like it at all. So I'm glad she did not wear that wig. You see Portia over there trying to figure out what's going to happen with baby PJ. You know, Dennis going to have her a certain amount of the time. Her mama says she'll be on standby. And then, you know, Dennis's mom would be around to help out with baby PJ as well while she's gone. So that she had to figure out those particulars or whatever. Then you have Candy. Candy don't know what the hell to pack. She don't know what the hell going on. Pandy just over here just like, I don't know, I'm just gonna grab some shit. Like, I just don't even know what the fuck. Like, I'm just here. Todd said something about, I believe he's gonna be like the head person over Mike's bachelor party and all this other stuff. So he's gonna try and come up with this and come up with that, things that they could do. And then in the sense of them talking about that, Candy realizes, oh, well shit, we gotta do something for Miss Cynthia and her bachelorette party. Like, we gotta figure this stuff out. I mean, maybe we can do some stuff that y'all doing. And I guess that's probably how things are gonna get incorporated into this trip in South Carolina. So I don't know if there's going to be some type of conversation between she and Kenya as to how they're going to do this thing. But based on the previews, I guess they're going to try to incorporate the bachelorette party in this weekend as well. Kenya and Miss Toya getting ready to head out. Okay, they got the blurred face of Miss Baby Brooklyn attending with them. And as soon as they get in the car, obviously Miss Kenya must have had a long trip, a long day or something like that. Because she just was out of it. She gets in the car. She said she didn't feel pretty at all. Toya asked her, she asked Toya, like, enough about me. Like, girl, what's been going on with you? What the fuck you been out here stirring up? Because when I went over to Drew's house, Miss Portia told on your ass, okay? She told Drew that you was out here talking about her wigs and all the other shit that you was out here saying. And Drew just felt like Portia was doing too much. Okay, no, she wasn't. She was being honest. And bitch, if you don't want her to hear what you said, then don't say that shit. How about that? So all of the ladies, I don't know who house they arrived at, but you know, Shamia, Portia, Marlo, Drew, Candy, Tanya, you know, they all arrived. Marlo arrived in a hazmat suit because Marlo not playing with you hoes. But when she got on that damn bus and realized how hot it was in that damn suit, she took that shit off quickly, okay? But, you know, Dennis dropped Portia off. So Candy, when they got on the bus, Candy was like, well, Portia, you know, you said that you and Dennis were going to go out to eat. So we just trying to see, you know, what's this all about? She also highlighted the fact that, you know, we all know how Portia gets. Portia can have a quick drink of Henny, and then next thing you know, she be slipping right back on the DIC of Mr. Dennis, okay? So we already know how Portia can get. I don't want to hear shit from Portia about what Kenya said, because Kenya said the same damn thing that Candy said. She said it at Candy's event last week when she talked about you having a little bit of Henny. You was worried about having a little bit of Henny. He comes to the wedding and then you slip on his DIC. Okay, and Candy just said the same thing. So don't even try and make that a thing, because Candy has already said the same thing that Kenya said. Okay, and if you make it a thing, it's just that because you don't like Kenya, and that's just what that is. So Miss Portia, who's full of shit, says that she and Dennis only went out because she wanted them to work at being better co-parents for PJ. And I'm like, y'all already are. What are you talking about? Y'all already are. Girl, you went out on a date with that man because you wanted to go out on a date with him. Just say that. That's okay. Just say that's your baby daddy. Just say that, girl. That's your ex-fiance. Just say that. You want to go out on a date with him because you want to go out on a date with him. Okay? Moving on, he started to acknowledge, I guess, some of the wrongdoings and all this other stuff that he's done and where he was unfair and shit like that. And then Tanya said, oh, wow, it seems like he's really working on himself. He's really, really taking some time to dig deep and work on himself. And Portia said, girl, that shit got you, but that shit did not get me. Okay, I was sitting up there with a side eye the whole time. He ain't finna play me like that. Okay? And we see why Paul over there running over your motherfucking ass. Okay, girl, but you know, that's another thing. Okay, she over here worried about some shit like that. Girl, that ain't nothing. That ain't nothing. Them ain't nothing but words, honey. I don't know what the fuck me saying you talking about. Okay. Portia definitely says that, you know, they went out to eat, they had a good time. They did not have sex, honey. She is standing on that. I don't believe shit Portia talking about. I really don't. And I don't understand why her friends are trying to like really hold her to but did y'all do it? You said did it? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't understand why her friends are trying to hold her to I don't even know if I want to say a standard, but like make sure that she's not doing what she said she wasn't gonna do. Like if that's what the fuck you wanna do, bitch, that's on you. You gotta live with them decisions. They don't. They could be asking you questions about your life all day, but they still got to go back to their own. So, bitch, it may be a dumbass idea. Okay, you're going to have to come to the realization for sure on your own. But if that's your baby daddy and you want to fuck on him and you want to be dumb as fuck, girl, okay. That's on you. Goddamn. That's on you. You know you want to be with that man. Just say that. Y'all got to figure some shit out and hopefully y'all come back together. But, I mean, either way, honey, good luck. They start asking about threesomes, right? Drew said, honey, I ain't never had no threesome or nothing like that, but I have been to a strip club. They asked Miss Tanya. Miss Tanya said, girl, I'm not answering that question. Y'all don't come over here with this shit. Go somewhere else, girl, because I'm not going to answer it. And then here go Portia put her tea out. Yes, she has. She has. And then Tanya asked Candy, like, have y'all? Candy was like, yeah. Like, Candy said it like, girl, everybody knows that. I don't even know why you asking. Like, this is some information everybody knows. So go tell you, girl, do y'all put out NDAs? Candy said, yes. She was like, seriously? Candy said, yes. Like, hell fucking yes, Candy's putting out NDAs. Okay? She's putting out whole ass NDAs when she out here being a freak-a-leak all in her bed. Okay, and she don't mind people knowing she do threesomes and stuff. The issue is that she don't want nobody to believe that she RAPE somebody or even was about to do that with someone else. Okay, that's the thing. All right, y'all can know all the stuff that she's willing to do, and she has innocent bystanders that's willing to participate. But don't ever try and connect her to some situation where she's trying to do that and the other person ain't, and she's forcefully trying to do it. Okay, so Miss Tanya, you ain't that dumb, girl. You know what Miss Candy around here doing in these streets. I'm sure everybody knows. It ain't no secret. Okay. So Toya and Kenya back at the house, they trying to give out rooms, okay? They obviously picked the best rooms. They gave Marlo the worst room. They even gave Drew a nice room, okay? Even gave Cynthia a nice room. So I just thought that was hilarious because obviously Miss Kenya is not feeling Marlo because Marlo told Toya she needs to watch Kenya because Kenya will turn on her at any moment. Da-da-da-da-da. And I'm kind of like, well, both of y'all hoes the same in a sense, okay? You'll turn on somebody just like Miss Kenya will turn on somebody, so... It is what it is. So she got the worst room as usual. Marlo, you should be used to it by now. It's very rare that you get a good room when you go on these trips with these ladies. So you should just already know what's up. So back on the trip, Marlo started asking, where is Kenya, by the way? We're like, I know they already went down. Like, like, what's going on? And so everybody had to clue her in on the fact that, girl, you know, they went down on a private jet. So, you know, the ladies are feeling away like, girl, are you serious? She went down on a private jet and we down here riding a motherfucking hot ass, burnt up ass Sprinter? Is that what we doing? And then Marlo gets on social media only to see that Kenya has posted a picture of baby Brooklyn. And Marlo said, goddamn, baby PJ riding better than all our asses right now. You motherfucking right, okay? Baby, not baby PJ, but baby Brooklyn. Baby Brooklyn, I think she had her shades on, honey. She enjoying the sky from the top view, not the bottom view, honey. Okay, she got that good air condition on that plane. Miss Thing is living her life, Miss Brooklyn, honey. She is good. And all the other ladies sweating. Portia saw I'm sweating in places I ain't even know I could damn sweat on this Sprinter. Hilarious. This was a really, really good episode. Much better than all the other shit that they've given us. So Drew brings up the fact that Kenya had already told them, or at least told her, like, girl, we taking a PJ, we going down early, all this other good stuff. But then she said she turned around and texted me immediately following and telling me not to tell nobody. And I don't understand what the big secret is. Why should I not tell nobody how y'all going down? Okay? So that was what it was. But the ladies are not, you know, because Kenya already told most of them, like, hey, we gonna take the private jet. So a lot of people aren't upset about the private jet. The ladies were really upset to find out that Brooklyn was on the trip as well, because she did not give that option to Candy, nor Portia, or shit, even Drew for that matter. She did not give the option to anyone else to bring their child along. So you already know that's going to be a big deal within itself. Portia saying that she did all this crying when she had to leave baby PJ. I don't believe that, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? She may have cried, but it's like, were you crying when you left those multiple times to go and protest, knowing you was going to get locked up? You know what I'm saying? You already knew how it went the first time. They were using you as an example, and they did it again. Were you crying those times when you left your daughter as well? She could have. Now you're going on a trip that's much more safer for you. You're more likely to return back home to your daughter, and you want to tell us that you cried when you had to leave her? I guess, you know, maybe you cried because you had to leave her because you had just left those 2 or 3 times when you went to go protest. And here it is, this trip. So you constantly having to leave her because you're filming and you're doing activism out here as well. So maybe that's why you cry, honey. But that's what she said. And I beg to differ. But if y'all believe it, that's on y'all. Okay? But I do think, you know, and I don't know if I said this already, but I do think Kenya was wrong. Like, girl, just tell these ladies what's going on. Like, tell them. I don't even see the reason now I think about it. I understood where Kenya was coming from, but I also feel Drew too, because it's kind of like, what's the big deal? What's the secret though? What's the secret? Just tell people I'm taking a private jet down. No, y'all can't come with me because I don't have room for y'all, and I'm bringing my daughter, okay? Now, if y'all want to bring y'all child, that's on y'all. Y'all make the proper accommodations for you and your family. Do what it is that you need to do if you need to bring your child or whatever. But then also when I look back at her confessional, she's like, I don't care how these ladies feel. I don't care how they feel. If they don't want to ride in the Sprinter, then they can pull out their card, this, that, and the other, and da-da-da-da. Okay, well, you said that before you even told them. So you had to have told them, and I think that you should have just sent out a mass group text and just said, yo, this is how things are gonna go. Me and Toya gonna have my daughter, we all gonna go down, my nanny, all that other stuff. Okay, if you guys would like to make those same accommodations, that's on you guys. However, I've already set up a Sprinter for you guys to be headed down, like whatever, like you could have properly communicated that and then get mad at somebody else when they over there probing and asking questions because they want you to tell everybody else. you know, how are you getting down there? What's going on? What's this? What's that? So I definitely understood where Kenya was coming from, but I also understand where Drew was coming from, especially as I see that she done brought her daughter and she didn't tell nobody else or give them the opportunity to do the same. I want to highlight the fact that, you know, moving on, I want to highlight the fact that Ralph was really on his best behavior. And like I said, he's going to return. Miss Toya girl, you can keep a lot of your comments to your damn self. Next week's episode, I do believe Drew is probably going to snap off on Miss Toya. In my opinion, that I could be wrong, but I think she probably going to be trying to get Miss Toya ass the fuck together for the shit that she likes to say. Okay, she can keep that shit. Portia, Dennis, if you want to fuck off on your baby daddy, your ex-fiance, do you, boo. Do you. Just don't feel dumb as hell later on, girl. That's completely up to you. I think that was really all that really happened on the show. I ran through pretty much everything. I want to hear you guys' thoughts and comments down below. How did you feel about the episode? How are you feeling about the season so far? Let me know your thoughts on this review. Tell me, do you think Kenya was in the right? Was she in the wrong? Do you feel as though Kenya did not have to tell nobody a damn thing about where she was going, how she was going down, whether she was bringing her daughter, or do you think she should have gave everybody else the opportunity to be aware that they could also bring their child? Y'all let me know y'all thoughts about everything that happened on tonight's episode. I'm Jamie, that's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.